All right, guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about our metrics. Um, Everything behind me looks a little different. I'm just trying out a little new setup. It's only temporary. It's only gonna be for like today, but we'll go right into it. So first thing I wanted to kind of bring up. So we're gonna go into December 2024. That's when I really started to track my metrics more in 2024. So as it's loading, I didn't start trading. August 2024 is when I started, doing simulating trading. I did this for about like maybe want to say close to 4 weeks. I'm gonna be honest. I should have done simulated trading for a lot longer. I don't think I was ready. I think I jumped into trading with real money way too soon. Um, Even Ross says day trade for a whole month, and if you're profitable for a whole month straight, you're ready to start with real money. And I should have taken that lot more seriously when he mentioned that first. So just know if you're starting out, please just do simulated trading. If you're down already like 2 months in a row, just go to simulated trading and test out the strategy. I know it's not ideal for Thinkorswim. I don't know how it is for other brokers, but honestly, make it work. I think it will save you a lot more money in the long run. It would have saved me a lot more money, if anything. So August, red month, or no, August was good. It was a green month, but I feel like I was getting lucky with these simulated trades. September was red, October was red, November was red, December is when I started tracking it. I really didn't start tracking my metrics till December. I don't know why I didn't do so sooner. I should have done it a long time ago. We'll go into the daily, monthly P&L. So as you can see, it's 479 loss. We're gonna go to our first big loss. I actually had bigger losses than this one. My biggest loss, I think, was probably around 350. I don't know if I tracked it here, but I definitely remember. So this is when I was trading at the open. So TARA, December 5th, 2024. I remember the stock made big moves, but look at my entry price. 630, right on dot. So I wasn't waiting. I was very impatient. I would just jump right in, and boom, you look where I got at and look how much I held. So we're gonna go into those metrics too on the average. But man, oh man, I'm glad I stopped trading at the open, because look at this. I got in at the high of this candle and got flushed, and I just kept holding for like 20 minutes. That's no good. You don't do that. Stop out immediately. If you get flushed, just stop out. You will save yourself money. Sometimes you can't do that, and that's just how things go. Day trading is like that. So I remember I haven't hit $100 a day. The last time I hit $100 a day before I went into, let's say, May was December 2024. I think in January, I think maybe I hit another $100 a day. But then after that, I never did. As you can see, these trades are very small, but my losses were very big. My best week of this month was $28. Nothing to snooze up. It's still base hit, but still, this should have been avoided. This should have been avoided. That and that. All these are just trades at the open, and this is why I kind of got tired, because I was frustrated. I was like, okay, how am I not getting these moves? Well, and it's because I was trading at the open. You can make money at the open, but to me, I just found it to be a lot harder trading at the open. Look at this. 647 and 708 is when I would exit out my trade. I'm holding this for about over 20 minutes, almost 30 minutes. And that's part of the reason why I kept losing too. Same thing. I got in at the high of this candle, 697. And this is showing on Trader View. It's right here. Close to the high of this candle, 697. Somewhere in here. I think I got in after the flush. Yeah. So 647. I got in right here, 647. Yep, right here, 946. Yeah, right, 647. So remember, I'm trading on Pacific Standard Time. It's 6 a.m. for me, but 9 a.m. for them, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, I got in right at the flush, and man, was I pissed. There were weeks where I was pissed, but I kept true to myself. I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep going with this. It's gonna click. I mean, at that time it was clicking, but I wasn't developing the proper habits. Sorry, something just flew. It was dust. I don't know. I wasn't developing proper habits and stopping out early, looking for the right setups, and being patient. I think the main thing was being patient. I was just jumping right in and holding for a super long period of time, and I got screwed over. So January 2025, I was like, all right, this is the year. I started almost midway or half of more than half of the 2024 is when I started. January 2025, I was like, all right, new vision, new me. Let's get 2025 into a right start. We're going to do this. And minus 121. I was like, okay, from December, it's not bad. I am going down. I'm heading to the right direction, but still negative. This was my best week so far at that time. This was not bad. As you can see, my green days are actually looking better. They're just smaller base hits, but look at these big losses. This was the biggest loss of the month. Honestly, if I hadn't lost here, I would have had my first green month in January. So January, oh man, I was excited. QNRX, okay, penny stock. I wasn't good at trading penny stocks at the time, and I'm still a little bit iffy. I take my profits now, usually with the penny stocks. But this one, I think at some point I was positive. I'm not sure. But this is when I first started trading at 4 a.m. So at 4 a.m. is when this was all new to me, and I was like, wow, like it just was easier to trade. That's why I feel like I was getting better executions, because I was, trading in right at the news, essentially. So 403, this was the very beginning. Look, 403, and then look how long I got out. Guys, take a quick look. My entry and then my exit. I'll give you a moment to look at that. Where I exited. Look at the last two lines. Past the open. This is more than 2 hours of holding. I think this is 1 liter. No. It's almost 3 liters. I drink a lot of water. When you're an athlete, you just drink a lot of water. You should be. Sorry, I gotta fix my tank top. It's a little hot where I'm at. But yeah, I got in here at 4:03. So this should be 7 a.m. right here. Yep. I got in when the stock was down. I know I should put like the MACD and all that, but I'm not going to show you that much detail. Just by looking at this chart, I mean, this is already downtrending. This is not going up. So I got in around here, and it just kept going down further and further, and it popped up. And, I didn't sell. I don't know what I was thinking, and then it took me a while, and it kept going further and further. So I had plenty of opportunity to get out just as soon as my stop loss hit. I could have, since I took, let's see, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Yeah, so I took 800 shares. I could have stopped out at 10 cents, and I would have been down to $80. $80 minus versus whatever I had here. I think it was 177. Yeah. My loss would have been less than double than what it was, and I would have only been down $40. So January was still a learning curve to me for how the open operated. I was just getting used to it. So you can see there's a little bit more red here, and here there's slightly less red. February 2025. So this is still progress. I'm still going back down. I'm slowly going back up. I hit a really sharp bottom. So basically, when a stock bottoms, the way I think about this, we're stocks. We are our own stock. We're gonna, go up, go down, peak, or not peak, bottom out, and then go up, and then peak again, and then depends how you trade. Honestly, it could be really volatile, or it can slowly be growing. The whole goal is to be slowly growing. If I have a little, dip in the road, that's fine, as long as I keep going up. Basically, like the SPY, always going up. You always want to be improving. So February 2025. I got in, let's see. This was a decent week, bigger loss. This was an okay loss. I'm okay with taking losses of 20, 10, 30. The max loss I would want to take is $50. If I get a loss of $50 or more, I'm going to be pretty mad. So, yeah, some of these days were pretty upsetting. Some of these days were like, wow, this is good. This was a good week. Week 4 of February 2025. Let's see. Let's look at my loss. It's easy to know why you did something good, but when you did something bad, it's like, what happened? TR and R. Okay, I've seen the stock pop up multiple times, and I think I profited off the first time a while back, and then it would keep going up. So yeah, look how much I'm holding. So 8 minutes, and that lost me a lot of money for the day. To me, this is a lot of money. For some, might not, but honestly, when you're broke, college student, young, guy like me who was born in 2002, basically my generation, this is a lot of money to lose. Let's see, $2. I'm going on 502. So what happened on this trade? So 8 a.m. it popped up. I got in at a super high, and then it flushed. I should have left out here. As soon as it flushed, the trade didn't work out, and it took me until 5:10. So right around here. So it is better not holding 2 hours. You can see the difference when you're holding 2 hours versus maybe a minute. It will keep going down. So let's look at let's see a good trade for on this month. All right, let's see here. ONVO. I think this was a penny stock. If I'm trading bigger share sizes, this is 1,400 shares traded. It's likely a penny stock because I can take more off the table. Look how much quicker this one is. Got in 507. I was getting in, adding in, slowly, scalping my trade out. I think I was able to get one more. No. I think I was able to get 2 more in, and then I sold for some profit, or I think I sold for a loss. Yeah, here, and then this is kind of a slight win. No, this was a win. Yeah, I didn't lose anything on this trade. So this was the same thing, 4 a.m. Okay, so what happened? ONVO, I got in at 5:02, the top of the hour. So right here. So this gapped up a lot. This was quick. I think this was a really quick move. Like you can see how it started from 40 cents and then just instantly started going up fast. And this is on a 1 minute chart too. And I wasn't comfortable with taking. There was likely some pullback. So if we go here to, Trader View doesn't have a 10-second chart. If they do, then I don't know where to access it. But there likely would have been some sort of pullback here for me to get in sooner. But look how much I waited. 86 cents. I could have likely, I guarantee you, there was probably a slight sense of pullback. There is a gap, but somewhere around here, I would have been able to get in a little bit sooner and make more profit. But it's fine. I wasn't that confident at the time, and it did go up a little bit, so I could have held, but I'm not here to hold for like an hour. We're here to get in, get out. That's all what we're doing. And it did, throughout the day, it did go make newer highs, but you're risking so much, Okay, let's go into March. I was like, okay, March is going to be the month. I told myself, after February, March is going to be the month where I'm going to be profitable. I was like, all right, I was only down like $64. Wait, let's go back to February real quick. The reason why I got super hopeful in February is because, look, if it wasn't for this loss right here, I was already green on the month. This would have been my first green month. Before February 28th, I told myself, I'm going to be green. February 28th came around. I got effed up. NVVEE and WOK. This was not a Chinese stock. I know it sounds like a Chinese stock, but it wasn't. But yeah. And then let's look at the reason why. So let's look at the reason. I guarantee you it's because of the hold time or a shitty entry. Pretty sure it was a shitty entry because my hold time was quick. So it's good. I got out fast. I said, damn, I can't, So 542 was my entry. So right here. And wow. I think I remember this trade. 387. Oh, I got him pretty high. Yeah. Right here. So I did stop out. As you can see, this is more than 10-cent loss. This is 359. That's when I got out. 358, 843. But then guess what? As soon as it hit this second bottom, this was the first bottom, this is the second bottom. What do you know? It goes back up, and I would have been profitable. But that's the thing, you can't really anticipate. And it went even higher, 460. So I would have profited. Likely I would have profited if I held. But you can't bet on the idea that maybe this stock will pull up. Maybe it will, but no, that's hopium. That's what you call hopium. You're breathing that in, it's bad. When you're day trading, you don't just hope. If you hope, you have to have reasons why it's going to go up. You don't hope. You have to predict. That's what I learned. You don't hope, you predict in day trading. You predict things will go up based on your experience and based on your conviction and based on what you feel confident in trading. I don't have that much experience compared to Ross. Ross is veteran, but that guy pulls it off and he's good. So my red days were slowly going down. April was my first profitable month. Man, was I proud. I just got done with training not too long ago, like maybe 4 hours ago, but I'm still pretty dehydrated, so I'm gonna be sipping on water throughout the whole video. Week 1, all right, slow. Week 2, 56, all right, even better. Week 3, I was like, okay, slow down a little bit. Week 4, okay, a little bit of a, step backwards, but it's okay. I mean, this week and this two kind of cancels out. Week 5, $66. I was like, okay, good. These were smaller trades, but look at my losses. This was the biggest loss of the week. This costed me my week. Yeah, and I was okay with that. I finished strong, and that's what I wanted to do. So 139, I was like, wow. April doesn't even feel that long ago. April feels like last week. That's how fast time is going. May, which is just what we got done with. So with May, at a certain point, I was over. If you count these two up, or these 3 weeks up, I was over $300. That was like already amazing. But I got effed up. I effed up here because I got too cocky. So you can't get cocky. I think I got cocky, and I ended up losing a lot. I was doing good here. ASBP. Oh, I remember this one because it was so recent. I think it was biotech stock. Oh, just wait. This is why sometimes things will go up, but then you might stop out. And honestly, if I held, I would have made a crap ton on this trade. Let's see. I traded 2,800 shares, so it was about half that I had. So 1,400 shares. I had 1,400 shares at 4:55, so close to 5 a.m. my time. This was May 28th, right here. So let's see, 4:55. Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm looking at this again. Right here. Boom, it went down. And then what do you know? Started curling back up. Went up even further. Went up over here, 1,400 shares. If I had sold right here, even at 54 cents, man, that would have been over $200 of winning. But my entry was also the shitty part of this trade. And I likely could have held longer. Maybe this is one that you could have argued that it will go up, but it was the entry that's what messed me up, I feel. Because when you get in really high and then this starts swinging down low, I got out 27 cents, and this is off 1,400 shares. That's already a lot. Imagine if it's 10,000 shares. You're down thousands already. What's going in your mind is holy crap, what did I just do? So I got in at 4:55 right over here. So I got in at the bottom, at the top of this trend right here. So me thinking that this was the end and that this has had low volume, and I do remember that the volume at this hour was low, and I was like, I'm gonna get out because it's not gonna pick up. It was very dead. It was looking dead. I feel the volume wasn't that high. When I started to get out, I got out at the bottom. I'm dumb money. I got out at at the exact bottom at 27 cents. This should have been my entry right here. As soon as I see this, so I'm starting to identify what are going to be better entries for bottoms before it pulls up. So part of the momentum strategy is, you have to confirm that's going to make a new high. Sometimes you can anticipate that, okay, this will be maybe a micro pullback, and it zips up like it did here. But I like to wait for confirmation. I want to see a pullback because I need that pullback and that reversal to happen, for me at least, to feel confident. So when the next candle makes a new high, it'll go up. But this is a penny stock. Penny stocks behave a little differently, and they can be very bizarre. They can go up a lot in crazy amounts. And one candle is going up to a low 41 cents to a high of almost 60 cents. That's really good for penny stock. Usually it's not like that. It's usually they're trading within a hundredth of a penny, I believe. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Say I got in here and I saw this climb up, and then maybe I'm looking at the level 2 data, and I don't know. This one, I think I just got too cocky and I got kind of scared. I was like, I'm gonna exit out before my trades get wiped for the month, and then Yeah, this would have been a record-breaking month. Okay, so with that said, all right, 20 minutes. It's kind of a long video. June. We're now in June. We're already past, May and April. So going into Monday, same mentality. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for pullbacks. I'm gonna wait for a better entry. Looking for those reversal candles. Looking at the level 2 data. If I see a big buyer or big seller on the ask, and it's overwhelming, I have to exit out. I have to get out at 10 cents. That was a problem I feel with especially beginners traders like me. You want to hold on to that hopium, and I held on to that way too much, and it costed me so many losses. We're going to go into a little bit more detailed description before we end the video, but I just want to show you guys kind of the performance of the hour. So the performance of the hour, I performed best at 4 to 6 a.m. 6:30 is where I cut it. I barely make money at 7 and 8 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard. It's not good. So looking at these metrics, I wanted to show you that there was also other, win-loss days too. This is good. I have 80 winning days and 46 losing days. So I have, more winning days, but my losing days are just, 2 times less than my winning days. I likely have lost this much, but there's also the other side where I didn't record, and I'm pretty sure I remember this number in my head. I think I lost around $1,600 to $1,700 for the ones I didn't record on TraderView. So I do keep that into account that I've lost more than whatever I'm seeing here, but I wanted to show you guys the price at which I feel like I'm performing best at with my current size. So I like to trade stocks under $2. You can see the highest performance trading for me is going to be on stocks at $2. Why? Well, one, I feel like entries are easier to get in with stocks under $2, and they're still considered a penny stock. I think the criteria is that it has to be over $2 to not be a penny stock. Or over 3. I'm not sure. I always forget with that one, but perform best at stocks under $2 because I can take more size. I feel confident with the micro pullbacks, and to me, I feel like it's just easier to manage. $2 to $4 stocks, I'm getting a bit more comfortable with trading those. As you can see, it's slowly going up. But I've also lost just as much with stocks between $2 and $4. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. $5 to $9 stocks, I love those stocks. I really want to trade more of those stocks. Why? Because I've seen a $5 stock have a flow of under 1 million, and then what do you know, it goes from 5 to 9, and then that 9 goes 9 to 13, and I'm like, holy shit, this all is unfolding real time in less than 30 minutes. So I'm just sitting there wow, if I just if I had the balls to just enter in that one trade, I would have been up 300 and easily maybe less than 10 minutes, less than 5. It was very quick. I don't recall which stock, but that's the thing that I try to reinforce in myself, that okay, look, you're not gonna go into this making $500 off the first trade. I cannot. First trade has to be a base hit, building cushion. I felt like that building the cushion really helped me a lot because I felt confident with taking a bit more riskier trades, and it gets me, it's a little warm up. I want a good warm up before I take something a bit more riskier, because then if I take a first trade that's risky and I'm down 200 and I still have some money left to trade, I'm not going to feel that confident, and I could put myself in the red further. So that's why $50 or more, if I lose $50 or more, I'm done for the day. I can't. Even if I have money to trade, I don't want to just make that back. I would likely feel not that confident. So I've been trying my best to make sure my red days are very, very minimal and that they don't hurt. So I hope this was very helpful for you guys to see how my metrics are and what I'm trading, with the price that I'm trading at, and how my month has been, or how the months have sort of developed since I've started day trading. So we're gonna go into tomorrow. I feel like June will be really great. I really feel like this will be a really good month, and then the momentum will continue. It's when the market slows down. There are slower days, and that's when I have to recognize, hey, there isn't anything to trade. I have to be okay with that because you don't want to give this back. This right here, I'm pointing at my screen right now. This right here can all go away in an instant. Thanos snapped, and then boom, you're crying, you're pissed. The amount of crash outs I've had just off screen. I haven't had any crash outs lately, but lately I've been able to really discipline myself and just get myself calm. This is why I like day trading too. You develop a sense of composure. You're like, okay, everything's fine. And I've seen this transfer to other aspects of my life, like maybe my work, maybe my, just high stress situations. I'm like, okay, we're going to solve this. I know it seems bad, but we're going to fix this. Day trading does help, I feel like, in outside aspects like that in other situations. And I can't say the same for everyone, but hopefully it can have some other impact in your lives like it's having in my life. So that's about it. I know it's a long video. I hope it was very fun to see, and I can't wait to do this maybe another 6 months, maybe at the end of the year. This is the midway mark. This is why I wanted to do the recap. I thought it was perfect. So next recap will be in the next 6 months. We'll see how June develops all the way through December, and I really believe by the end of this year I will be a lot closer than I think. Honestly, I want to surprise myself. I love just surprising myself. It's the best thing. I've been surprising myself every day, especially with these trades. I'm like, wow, I'm getting it. It's just in here, it's developing a little bit better. I don't know if it's a sign of maturity. I'm 22. Is my frontal lobe developing? I don't know. Maybe. But that's all for today. See you guys.